In this video, we are going to solve this question before us. 2x in bracket raised to the power of 3 is equal to 64. Now, the first thing we are going to do is to deal with this bracket. And don't forget that under the law of indices that we have discussed so far, there's what we call product power law. The product power law says whenever you have xy raised to the power of a, it gives x raised to the power of a, y raised to the power of what? A. What does that mean? It means that the power will spread to both x and y. Is that clear now? So both x will be raised to the power. X will be raised to the power, y will be also what? Raised to the power. It becomes x raised to the power a, y raised to the power what? A. So the same way we are going to deal with this. Now let's go. 2 raised to the power 3, we are going to split it times x raised to the power 3 is equal to what? 64. Very good. Now, what is 2 raised to the power 3? We all know that 2 raised to the power 3 means 2 times 2 times 2 in 3 places. 2 times 2 is what? Is 4. 4 times 2 is what? Is what? 8. So 2 raised to the power of 3 is what? Is 8. Times x raised to the power of what? 3 is equal to 64. We can divide both sides by 8. Since we are looking for x, we can divide both sides by 8 so that this 8, we cancel this 8. So we are left with s raised to the power of 3 is equal to 8 here 1, 8 in 64 is 8. S raised to the power of 3 is 8. Don't forget that the index form of 8 is 2 raised to the power of 3, right? Because 2 raised to the power of 3 will give what? Will give 8. So that means we are going to replace this 8 with 2 raised to what? Power of 3. So x raised to the power of 3 is equal to 2 raised to the power of what? 3 as the index form of 8. Now, if the power is equal, the base will be equal to each other. If the power is the same, so the base will be what? Equal to each other. Let's take a look at this. For example, if you have y raised to the power a is equal to what? Y raised to the power b. You see now that the power is different, right? And the base is the same. So if the power is different and the base is the same, so the power will be equal to each other. A will be equal to b. Is that clear now? Because the base is the same. So now, and if this place is a and this is x, they both raised to the same power. For example, y raised to the power a, x raised to the power a. If you take a look at this, the base are different, right? Yes. So they have different base. So since they have different base and they have the same power, right? So they have different base but the same power. So that means that their base will be equal to each other. So y is equal to x. Is that clear now? So the same thing applicable to this. Their power are the same. They have the same power but different base. So whenever they have the same power but their base is the same, so it will be equal to each other. The base of this will be equal to the base of this. So s is equal to 2. So I'm going to show you another method of solving this. This is another method of solving this question. When you have something like this, then open the bracket by spreading the power to each of them. 2 will carry 3 and s will carry 3, right? So 2 raised to the power of 3, 2 raised to the power of 3 times x raised to the power of what? 3. Now let's find the index form of 64. The index form of 64 is 8 raised to the power 2, right? Because 8 times 8 gives 64. Is that clear now? So when you multiply 8 in 2 places, it gives 64. That means that the index form of 64 is 8 squared. Is that clear now? Now, don't forget that 2 times 2 times 2 gives 8. That means that 2 raised to the power of 3 will be equal to 8. Now, whenever we see 8, we replace it with what? 2 raised to the power of 3. So, 2 raised to the power of 3, bracket, don't forget that this square is there, right? You put it, then we have 2 raised to the power of 3 times x raised to the power of 3 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 3 times 2. You just multiply it like this. 3 times 2 will give you 6. Now, divide both sides by 2 raised to the power 3. 2 raised to the power 3. So, if this cancel this, x raised to the power of 3 will be equal to, don't forget that they have the same base, right? So, is 2 raised to the power of 6 minus 3. Then x raised to the power 3 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 3. So they have the same power but different base. So if they have the same power, their base will be equal to each other. So x is equal to 2. That's the answer. If you really enjoyed this video, please do well to like, comment and share. Subscribe also for more videos. Thank you. God bless you.